Well, hey, welcome to DECENTRAFIVE. My name is Jason Dukes, and this is the show where we kind of give a 5-minute challenge to our guests, so to speak, but we take about 5 minutes to go through 10 questions with 0 edits. Our special guest today is Igor Lilic. He's a long-term Web3 developer and ecosystem strategist, new citizen of the United States of America. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Very cool. Well, we'll dive into the first question. Number one, what is a delivery specialist? That's in your bio on either LinkedIn or Twitter. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
But what even is that?
It's my LinkedIn bio, and I guess I need to update it. It's consulting speak. I used before crypto. I was a consultant, software consultant, and a lot of novice technologists think you could just put an app on the internet and people will come and start to use it. And so that's not really how it works. You need to talk to your audience, measure your app performance, fix bugs, improve security, all these kinds of things that go into actually delivering a product. And so in consulting land, you can help your clients, deliver products kind of end to end. And so that's what that's about.
That's what that's about. Very cool. So number two, where are you from?
I was born in Europe. I was raised in Canada, and now I live in the States.
Very cool. So you recently became an American citizen. Why is that special to you?
Well, it's special for a lot of reasons, but I would say the US Constitution is one of the great documents in the history of civilization. And so that appeals to me.
That's cool. That's cool. I love it. So you're a work alumni from ConsenSys, from AWS, DFINITY now as well. But as far as AWS goes, I'm curious. We know that Ethereum, obviously, at least what I hear, uses AWS for a lot of their stuff. But tons of people do. I mean, it's a huge money-making arm of who they are. But 3 words, right, to describe your time there, I'm curious.
Be customer obsessed.
Be customer obsessed. I love it. So what's the last thing you ordered from Amazon?
Trash bags.
What about Web3 has captured your heart and mind? And feel free to even talk about when you got into it.
Well, we're building a parallel system without anyone's permission. And I think that lots of people in the world can benefit from such parallel systems. And so I think the permissionless nature of it is particularly appealing. I've been full-time employed in Web3 since the day after the Ethereum Genesis block, so August 1st, 2015. But I've been in the periphery of crypto going as far back as 2012, 2013, and so it's been a journey.
So 3 sentences. A little bit more or less, you can make them compound if you need to, but how is DFINITY and the IC different from other blockchains?
So the IC reimagines blockchains. We've seen the L1 wars, which are more or less, not 100% true, but more or less just forks of the EVM with some consensus level changes, which fair enough is innovative in its own way, but that kind of helps to force this orthodoxy of what a blockchain platform is and what a blockchain platform has to look like. And I think the IC turns that orthodoxy on its side, building, a completely from scratch system. And I think at the end of the day, the developer and the end user benefits from that sort of innovation. And so going back to the AWS question of being customer obsessed, from a blockchain platform perspective, your customers are the developers that are building on top of it and the end users that are using it. And so we should always be thinking about how to make the lives of developers, how to allow developers to express themselves more richly, and how to make the end users less frustrated using these platforms, and make it more organic and easier and less costly, etc.
So NFTs obviously are a part of all of this, and they get a lot of buzz hype right now too. But what are two NFTs either that you want or that you've recently obtained on the ETH system? What are two on the IC that you either want or have obtained?
Well, I obtained the Goblin Town goblins on and so I would take more of those. They're fun. Or I would take another Azuki. The Azukis are cool. Those are ETH NFTs I like, at least in terms of collections. There's also one of one from lots of different artists, but I see NFTs. It was a particularly busy time for me when BTC Flower came out, so I missed it. So I would love an BTC Flower. And I've had my eye on a few rare IC circles, I think. I think that's a pretty beautiful collection. And so I've been, looking at some of the rare ones.
That's really cool. What's the song recently that you can't get out of your head?
Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone, because I watched Top Gun over Memorial Day, and it was pretty epic.
Very cool. Was the movie good?
You have to see it in IMAX. It's a experience.
Very cool. We'll have to do that.
Americana. It was, the same week I became an American citizen. It's kind of like this, recruitment film. So I was pumped up.
That's pretty cool. I've often joked that Rocky IV should be required for the Americana, totally. The element of that too. So I want to add a bonus question that I didn't send to you, but it's more because of the conversation we had before we got on. But you'll be able to answer it easily. But help someone imagine where DFINITY could potentially take us, where what DFINITY and the internet computer makes possible. Like, help someone imagine, and you're very articulate, so you could do it as concisely as you want to, but help someone imagine where the internet computer could really take us, if, why they need to pay that much attention to it.
Well, I think it furthers the journey of, it furthers the promise of decentralization at the kind of compute and hardware layer in its fully realized, idealized form. It's kind of like we have the internet, and the internet was built in this like Web 1, Web 2 context, and now we have these blockchain systems where, with NFTs, with tokens, we're able to have joint ownership in the configurations that we find ourselves organizing, either through art platforms or through investment vehicles. And so why not also through the infrastructure that provides us the computation for everything that we're trying to do? And so, I think, it's maybe a little esoteric, but if you want to kind of have a blockchain that, if you want to increase the amount of compute that the blockchain ecosystem has, we might as well have that compute layer tokenized and distributed and decentralized and run as a DAO. And so, I think the kind of infrastructure layer for Web3 needs to be Web3 native infrastructure, and the ICE is kind of one path to making that a reality. The worst case is it's a super cool platform for developers to build new cool shit, right? And excuse my language, but that's the worst case, because it's already happening and it's a ton of fun. But in the bull case, it helps move the whole industry forward towards this decentralized set of decentralized ideals that we have.
So who else, last question, who else should we have onto Decentrafive, in your opinion?
Well, that's a hard question because there's a lot of amazing people in this ecosystem. I was recently chatting with friends, that's what pops into my head when you ask the question. You should talk to the Apollo brothers from Renza Games. I think you guys will have a good conversation.
That'd be awesome, man. Well, it's been a joy to talk with you both before the episode and during it. And thank you for your graciousness and your kindness and giving your time today to do this. And
Pleasure.
Appreciate you big time. Look forward to the next time we get to catch up.
Cool. Take care. Thank you for having me on.